Hagrid says, "We are go for launch."
Hey guys, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. I'm Nathan Masters. Today's video is a build and review of 75947, the Hagrid's Hut set from 2019, 2018. A couple years old now, from our first wave of the revived Harry Potter theme. Harry Potter as a theme these last couple years has been doing pretty well. We really have the big benefit of these kind of mid legs, so somewhere halfway in between our short minifigure kid legs and our regular adult minifigure legs. These were possibly designed exclusively for this theme, and now they can be used elsewhere as well. So really cool to see that new element being used quite a ways through all of our different Harry Potter sets. Hagrid's Hut in particular also has this big fig for Hagrid, and we see some redesigned elements with the arms on a Technic pin. The trench coat as well, I think, has seen an upgrade since the last edition. Other minifigures in this set include the Executioner and Minister of Magic. Did a brief overview of this set in our LEGO haul video from the end of July. Josh and I got to hit a couple Walmarts and find some really good deals. So I actually got this half off almost half off. It was $30. A little bit of box damage, but if you know when to buy, you can get really good, high quality sets for pretty cheap. So, not bad. Decided, a combination of the box damage and this being a set that I would like to build and investigate, to go ahead and open it up, build it for you guys, and then we'll do a review of the completed model. Alright, so I've got Hagrid's Hut all built up. That time lapse there. The main model is the hut itself, which has two kind of major sections, and these can separate with that doorway in between. Just a little Technic connection here. Unlike some of our other builds, this isn't really on a base plate or anything, but the bottom is pretty much smoothed out, even where we have the studs not on top method building. So pretty good dimensionality going on. There is also a small pumpkin patch that's off to the side where you can chain up the Hippogriff. And yeah, that's about it. There's two main builds in the set. Overall, 496 pieces. So let's take a little closer look inside the hut and at the minifigs and stuff. I believe this is Buckbeak from the movie. I'm not entirely sure. Was it Prisoner of Azkaban? Like 4 or 5 from the Harry Potter series, somewhere in there. Pretty nice chain mechanism using these handlebars to give him a little harness there. It's supposed to keep him tied up so that the executioner can come and take care of this illegal animal. As we know from the movie, this does have a happy ending, but really cool that we get these dedicated minifigs for the executioner and the Minister of Magic. So a nice suit print.
These printed legs are actually being used across the Harry Potter line as kind of a standard lower robes, lower tailored suit kind of piece. So those are actually showing up quite a different sets. The Executioner actually has a printed head on black minifig head. So it's like this printed hood detail is done in tan instead of if you were to print a black hood on a tan head. And then sleeveless arms here with some of that lacing. I believe that's an exclusive print for the torso. So getting some of that detail on him is pretty cool. Of course, our main character minifigs, the protagonists of the story, really always welcome new molds and new prints for these figs. I think Harry Potter and Ron here aren't necessarily anything new, but Ron does have a reverse print on his head. Let's see what we got there. Kind of this disgusted, really unhappy, disgusted expression on Ron. He also has just tiny stripe of brighter red printing along the bottom of his sweater on both sides of the torso. So the attention to detail there really done well for this print, just to show that woolen sweater kind of underneath the outer sweater. Great work from the printing team. Hermione has a light pink printed torso, and the Time Turner necklace is actually printed on there. It plays a large role in this story, so great that we have that detail on Hermione. I want to say this is a dedicated hair mold that was introduced with the Harry Potter line in 2018, so it's been used mostly for Hermione, but we might be seeing it crop up somewhere else. Hermione also has a reverse head, more of an angry expression here, with those characteristic freckles. And Harry Potter. This hair mold is actually done so that you can see between the part, you can see that lightning scar on there, that very important lightning scar. I can't remember if Harry had, yeah, Harry also has a reverse head, so a bit of a frown on that side of his face, that side more happy. Alright, our Hagrid fig has been updated from previous renditions of this minifig, and instantly recognizable, just a really bulking figure here. The only thing I'm not completely on board with this design is the way his arms are kind of stretched out from the torso. It seems like he's wearing a suit that's too small and his arms are just kind of uncomfortable there, but we do have rotation here, probably 100, close to 200 degrees of rotation before it hits his hair, so you can almost get that arm straight up, which is pretty good. Then on the back it only goes out a little ways, but some rotation is better than none. Our hands, we're actually using standard hand elements in the sleeves, so can be swapped out if you need to put gloves on Hagrid for some reason. And then the lower part of this minifig, or bulky fig, let's see if I can get it off with one hand. Well, I can't get these are mini legs on down here, so those just go up inside. Underneath the beard and hair, Hagrid does have a little bit of additional detail, but doesn't really look right without the complete hair mold on there, which is another dedicated piece. It really captures what Hagrid's all about. So, good job on the minifig design all around. Let's look at some of our extra pieces here. Pretty standard extra pieces lot. Everything you would expect to see. It is really nice to get an extra spoon, which is the other spoon is in the hut, and then the rest of these pieces pretty standard. Maybe the ice skate, not so much, but yeah, the bolt as well. Chocolate Frog is a great addition to the set. I think it's supposed to be in the chest that's in the hut. I just forgot to put it in, so it was left out at the end. I was flipping through the pages of the book for a couple minutes trying to figure out where I forgot it. Our tools include a lantern and a different colored wand for each figure. So the wands come on a sprue. You only need one of each for the minifigures, and then you have a spare. New Elementary has done an article about how to use the wands if you leave them on the sprue. I think they can fit in certain window elements and look like cast iron or wrought iron details if you wanted to use them for that. So check that out. I'll drop a link about that one. It was a pretty good read. pumpkin patch is worth mentioning because it has 4 of these pumpkin elements. So these are starting to turn up. In orange now, they're getting pretty common, but they've also been used in red in some of our Chinese New Year sets. Alright, on to the hut itself. This is a little bit different from some of our past huts in that it doesn't have a hinge, so it doesn't really open up like we've seen some other models, and the roof is brick built, or more specifically plate built. One of our earliest Hagrid hut models was actually used a vinyl roof piece. It was printed on there. So yeah, this does it justice, I feel. I especially like the details that we have here around our doorway, where we're using the studs not on top method to build out and around a little bit of a stonework frame. And that sticker does bring some detail to the door, some of that wood grain. We actually get 2 of those, one on the side door as well. And then the other 2 stickers are used to give some stonework on the outside of the model. So yeah, 4 stickers. That's a pretty good sticker budget for this set. On the inside, we of course are layered with detail in here. The main room has the fireplace, and this is one of the main features of the build, where you can come up here and press down on the chimney. That presses that right there, which is the light brick, which shines right down into the fireplace. So there's 2 flame elements that can kind of catch that light, and the glow really does a lot for the whole room. It just, it brings it to life. So there is that egg on the mantle there. I don't think he's trying to cook it. I think he's actually just keeping it warm, because a dragon egg needs a much higher temperature. Something from the movie. I don't remember all the details. Hagrid's signature pink umbrella is included, along with a pearl gray shovel. So it was really cool to get that shovel element in kind of a new color. I'm not entirely sure if we've seen it in pearl gray before, but great piece there. A pearl gold frying pan, spoon, black whip, and that butcher knife all hung up along the ceiling. Some more pretty nice elements. I can't say that I've seen a pearl gold frying pan before, so pretty nice there. And I know the black whip is at least uncommon, if not used, if not seen for a couple years. Hagrid's easy chair is back there in the corner. It uses that nugget color and some dark orange to get the detail. So some of those bricks in those colors not as common. And then our table and chairs have all been placed on these 2x2 round tiles with a stud. So you can just pop them right out, or if you don't like where the teapot is, you can turn it off to the side. All of our chairs are on that as well, so you can swivel those around a little bit. On the other side room here, there is a chest where I think I'm supposed to put that chocolate frog, and then a little writing desk. It does have a printed newspaper, so this is the standard Daily Prophet Boy Who Lived printed tile. This is just in a regular tan color. So we put that up on the desk there, and then we get this candle. That is a candle flame element in a regular 1x1 round. But over there by the door, we have our new candlestick element in use with that candle flame element as well. Another printed door over here, or not printed, that would be great. It's just a sticker though. And the roof construction mechanism is mirrored, just with a smaller panel. So on this side, we get these 2x3 angled plates, and then a 1x2 clip up underneath that cone piece. On the other side, on the main room, we're using 3x6. So pretty much double the roof size here. The one thing that I would like to know is why the set designers used this tow bar element. If this was going to be part of a larger model, something that could clip together, or just a way to kind of grab the set and move it around. Not really sure about that, but kind of a little curious leftover, maybe. The chimney, or the little chimney build here, uses 1x2 wall panel, kind of almost like a cup shape. It uses 2 of those, and then 2x2 grooved brick. You don't see a lot of these, but the profile on there does match our other grooved elements for garage doors and stuff. So that all builds up on top of a hinge plate, and the profile, the way the geometry works on these elements, is perfectly lined up with a 1x2 cheese slope. And thankfully our angles are all pretty much correct here to give this back to vertical when it's perfectly aligned with the cheese slope. So that was probably just a matter of adjusting this by a couple plates of thickness to get that lined up pretty close. But again, this is the one that when you press on will light up the fireplace inside. So great build features. Everything is up on a couple of plates, like so. And to get that angle built out, we're using these 45-degree offset pieces. So we actually build our walls directly on top of those. Some cheese slopes used on the sides to kind of close those gaps up, and then additional studs not on top, bricks used to give some of that stonework impression. Black shutters, can't say I've seen a lot of those. Unfortunately, there's just the 2 in the set. The other windows are done with our standard lattice pieces. And yeah, overall effect, it's a pretty decent looking set.
Yeah, so like I said, nearly 500-piece set, originally retailed for $50. Josh and I were able to find this for sale on $30 because Walmart likes to drop everything to clearance when the new wave of Lego sets comes in. Here in the US, that's August 1st. So we went out around the end of July. That video was posted a while back. And we found a lot of good deals. This was one of them, marked down to $30. So at that price point, you're getting a pretty good deal on new Lego, especially for 6 minifigs here. Our new Hippogriff mold, 4 pumpkin molds, and then that light brick that we looked at inside there. So all this included here, definitely worth $50, for sure worth $30. Get out and see if you can find this one on sale, guys. It is worth picking up, and it's a great addition to our current run of Hogwarts Lego themed products. Thanks for watching our review, and we'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.